Good afternoon, welcome back to ExpatCrib. My name is Ian, and today I'm in Medellin, but I'm going to be crossing the line today. I'm going to be crossing the line to Envigado. So, first neighborhood tour of Envigado. Let's go. I'm going to show you one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's called Buena Mesa. And it's a bit of a walk from here, but that's okay. Today is the day of walking. As you can see, actually right here, it is the Dia de Ciclavia, the day of Ciclavia, and everyone's out enjoying Poblado and doing their walk. And I'm going to walk over to, as you can see, this is the borderline right here. The Euro is. I'm going to walk over to Envigado. So again, just for context, you can see the road is closed right here because it's Ciclavia, but it is a Sunday afternoon and they're just shutting down Ciclavia. But there's still a lot of people out walking here. And I'm going to walk over to Envigado. This is the borderline called La Frontera. It's the border of Envigado and Poblado. Right there is the big Euro grocery store, just for context. I get ahead of the crowd here. So Envigado's pretty quiet on a Sunday. Not a lot of traffic. Not like a normal day. Be pretty busy here. I've been meaning to get over here for a while. For me, Envigado is not only the future, the present. A really good small city beside Medellin, beside Poblado, that many families are moving to. It's a great area for sure. So today, I'm actually filming on a new camera. I am filming on the DJI Action 5 camera. We're giving it a go today, so let me know if it's okay. I didn't want it too wide. Got it on the normal setting. Hopefully that works for everyone. And I'm hoping the video quality is just as good as my Pocket 3 camera. We're going to try it out. As you can see above, we are in Envigado. Eventually, I'll give you a breakdown of all the neighborhoods that would be great places to live in, whether you're renting or looking to buy. Today, my focus is on Buena Mesa, which is a beautiful neighborhood, which reminds me a lot of Provenza, where I used to live. Buena Mesa is kind of like the lunch entertainment district of Envigado, I shouldn't say entertainment. There's a few bars in the area, more restaurants and luncheon spots. But yeah, we are walking from Poblado, where I started, all the way over Buena Mesa. And look, surprise, surprise. Just like Poblado and Medellin, there's rivers running everywhere here. Right in the heart of Envigado. So again, we're just testing this camera out. I hope everything's working. Screen's off right now, but again, I think it's set that way. So let's see. As we wait. La Grande is a plaza right here with many restaurants. As you can see, Oaxaca is a Mexican restaurant. And then there's Il Forno and Frisbee, famous chicken place. Their version of KFC in Colombia, but probably better. And Domino's. So eventually I'll do a mapping of my favorite areas in Envigado, but I have to be honest, I've actually never lived in Envigado. I've lived in Sabaneta and obviously Poblado, one of the first foreigners in Poblado many years ago.
Here you go, sir.
Obviously a viewer right there with a smile. I knew that he knew me. So yeah, seems wherever I go now, I'm getting stopped. As the YouTube guy. So this area of Envigado is a great area to live. There's a lot of older apartments, as you can see here. And the older ones are the bigger ones. So I would say if you're thinking of coming to Medellin and you want a better value with just as good a lifestyle, Envigado is probably the place. Like everywhere, the prices have gone up, but I think in relation to Poblado, there's still a lot of deals in this area. Especially in the older buildings. So I'm hoping the quality from this camera is just as good as the other one. Kind of an experiment today, because I had a camera malfunction last week. I still have the Pocket 3, great camera. I'll absolutely keep using it. This one is definitely more action focused, but in the world of YouTube, it's good to have a backup camera, which I have. So as you can see right here, there's actually a library over in this area. Burger King across the road for all you Americans that are into that stuff. It's a beautiful little area here. Envigado just as green as Poblado. And right over there, you've actually got Clínica Las Americas, which is a really good hospital, just for reference. And right through there, you've got the library. Super quiet over here in Envigado. There's not as much craziness on the streets here because there's kind of different rules over in this neighborhood. So very, very safe area. There you've got a juice place. Natural juices. Amazing. There we go. For my keen eye people. There's an apartment right there for sale if you're a pet lover. You got a pet food store right down below here. There you go. Freeze it on that frame there. If you want an apartment on one of the main roads in Envigado. Corner store there, and drugstore, Cruz Verde. And right across the road there, you can see it, is a Smart Fit, which is one of the most popular gyms here in the city. And right across the road here, you can see Palo Grande. It's a steakhouse, steak and bar, with a beautiful Dodge car from the 1980s, I believe. It looks like they have entertainment, little slice of Mexico here in Colombia with mariachis. So this is a restaurant zone that I've been to before. We'll take a cruise through here. Quite a few years ago, I was in this area. Yes, this is where I was at the classic diner here. Very cool. Very cool. Although I'm gonna have to probably trim that music out. I don't think the Eagles gave me permission for their music. Again, a really nice eatery right off the road here. You'd miss it if you didn't look in. They even have some outdoor choices, as you can see here. Nopal. It's the great thing about Medellin and Colombia and places like Envigado. There's all these hidden spots you would never know. You've got an auto spa right here. So as you can see, it's the restaurant zone right here. Calle Jardín. There it is, right there, just for reference. Hola. ¿Este es Buena Mesa? Buena Mesa.
Todo.
Perfecto.
¿Qué necesita?
No, nada. Solo mirando. Gracias.
Un gusto.
Helpful Colombians. Not afraid of interaction. Anameste. Boutique Cafe. This is a cool looking place. So we've entered Buena Mesa. We'll head back to the main street here. There we go. Nana Cakes and Coffee. Oh, beautiful. Look at this place. Great little bakery here in La Mesa. So we are in the heart now of La Mesa. La Mesa is a restaurant zone. There we go. Heading right into the main area of the restaurant zone here. over here you have Parasamon. I pointed this out in many of the videos. Great yogurt place. Over here you've got Black Pepper Steakhouse. Again, just a word to the wise, this area here, La Mesa, reminds me a lot of Provenza, where I bought my first apartment over 10 years ago. And right over here, you've got the burger place, Barbacoa. Steakhouse. Gracias. Really cool vibe in Buena Mesa. Great lunch place, great Friday night, Saturday night place. And one of my favorites over here, which is excellent for brunch on a Sunday, is Ganso and Castor. Really good brunch place. Right over here, you've got the Bastardo. They have one of these in Provenza also. Again, super cool vibe here. If you want to bypass Poblado, you're thinking of relocating to the city, Envigado is definitely a really good choice. Beautiful. As you can see, just on the edge of the restaurant zone, there's still some older buildings and houses right here. Again, just like it was when I was the first, or one of the first expats in 2010 in Provenza. And at that time, there wasn't many restaurants or bars or anything. Down in Parque Lleras for sure. But in Provenza, it was mainly just houses. Bogota Beer Company was there when I first came, and that was like the only thing, pretty much. And El Social, which was actually at that time a tienda, a store, corner store. But now it's a famous bar. It has franchises all over the city. Not sure if they have one here in Envigado and El Social, but if anyone's watching, they can correct me in the comments or add to the comments that there is one here or they're not here yet. But again, El Social is kind of like a tienda bar. Again, Buena Mesa. Still, as you can see, old houses in this area. Not sure how long that's gonna last. Oh, got a bit of thunder. Sounds like the rain's coming. Another burger place here, as you can see. And over here, you've got Casa Frida. let's keep moving. So right here is the center street of Buena Mesa. All right, so now we're just heading out of Buena Mesa. So right around this neighborhood, again, lots of residential. It's a parking lot here. But right over here in this area, there's a lot of residential still. And the reason I highly recommend this neighborhood, again, is because you just saw Buena Mesa, the area of all the restaurants. And then you've got residential just below here. Really nice shaded residential, as you can see and as I can feel. Not as hot. And right here you've got an area for the car dealerships. They park all their cars here, but with the city the way it's going, just a matter of time till that gets taken over. Because here, even in Envigado, well, at least in this area here, they can only build up. Now I want to be clear, Envigado is a big, big city and municipality. It stretches up to Indiana Mall, where I often pass when I'm going to my own area where I live in El Retiro, which I will feature soon as a little bit of my bias, the best place in Colombia to live that I'm aware of. Again, I haven't been everywhere in Colombia. There's so many great places, but the great thing about Retiro, it's kind of the bedroom city, or it's becoming a city. It's an old town that's kind of catching up to the city life, but still very quiet compared to city life here in Medellin and in Envigado. It's not a city yet, but I would say there's probably at this point 35,000, 40,000 people out in that area in Retiro. They advertised 25, but that must have been an old census, because there's a lot more people and a lot more building going on out there. But again, super nice area. It's a lot quieter for sure. And yeah, I just love it out there. Super safe also too. Very safe area. So now we are in Envigado, down just about to hit Avenida Las Vegas here. Okay. And the reason why this is significant, we just came down from Buena Mesa up that way. And the cool thing about Buena Mesa and all the residential areas around here is you're super central in Envigado to so many things. You've got the Buena Mesa restaurant district. You've got a lot of plazas on Las Vegas here, and I don't know if it's still the biggest, but a few years ago when it opened, just about I would say 5 blocks from here where we're going is Viva Envigado, which is one of the biggest malls in Colombia. And I often get roasted in the comments for going into the malls to show people the malls, because Colombia is such a beautiful place where there's so many amazing outdoor spaces. But one of the significant things about the malls, especially in Poblado, when I first came here, there were very safe places you could go to. And people loved going to the malls because they were safe spaces back in the day when it was kind of dangerous here. so that's why sometimes I put an emphasis on being, if you're going to relocate here, is you want to think about relocating to one of the bigger malls. So eventually I'll do a video series on the best malls in the area. And again, the emphasis on why I'm doing that is because you've got everything. These malls are so big, they're like little towns here. And so you've got everything at your fingertips when you live near Mall Tesoro or Mall Santa Fe or Mall Premium Plaza or San Diego, another big mall, or in this beautiful residential area here of Envigado. Beautiful tree-lined streets here, by the way. Gotta point that out. So yes, I will get to the best malls in the metropolitan area of, I think I would focus on Poblado, Envigado, and possibly Sabaneta. That's where the majority of the best malls are. Over by Sabaneta, one of the big malls there is Premium Plaza, which is one of the more affordable or economical malls with a lot of outlets. So here we're only a block away. You can see it right there. Viva Envigado. And this is an area where you might want to think about purchasing an old property or an older apartment. What I love about all these older buildings here is there's always 2 or 3 like this one there that I'm sure has a really nice rooftop deck. We'll take a short cruise through this neighborhood here. Again, these older buildings here tend to have bigger apartments and a lot of space. And here you're right across the street from Viva Envigado, one of the biggest malls in the country. What I love about Colombia is anything can grow here. Look at that cactus. I think we're in Mexico. Everything grows in this country. Love these beautiful yellow birds right here. They're all over the city. Very talkative. I used to have one that would come up onto my balcony into my living room, and I named him Jackie. If I can find the clip of Jackie coming into my living room, I'll put it right here. So look at this. If you're a pet lover, even in Envigado, they've got the pet spa van that comes right to your house, so you can spoil your dogs or cats. Looking a little gray, the clouds over there. I think we're in for some rain soon. That's the pattern in March and April. In the afternoons, we get big downpours, especially this week. We've had quite a few. So as you can see, right across from Envigado, a lot of older residential buildings and still some houses, as you can see here. But the people here are getting smart to the fact that the property near the malls is where the people want to be, because they have access to hundreds of restaurants and stores just out their door. So this would be a great area. High on my recommend list is Envigado. I still have a lot to learn about the city. Don't know it like Poblado. Poblado I know like the back of my hand. But Envigado, still have a lot to learn. So there you can see Viva Envigado. Oh, think my timing on this video, like a couple others I did this week, it's just about right. We're gonna get a heap of rain. Feel it coming. We are actually in the rainy season, but again, even in the rainy season, you'll see the sun every day here. So. Big motorcycle dealership right there, AKT Motors. And here we are, Viva Envigado. Right there, you've got a medical supply store. It's getting dark. Means one thing, lots of rain. So, Viva has Home Center, which is like Home Depot, or in Canada, Revi. We also have Home Depot. They've got the movie theaters, the Decathlon, which is a sports store, and the newest tenant here at Viva Envigado is IKEA. I believe there is now at least 2 IKEAs in Colombia. Someone can inform me in the comments if there's more. There's one in Bogota, one now here in the city of Envigado, which Medellin shares, basically. The thing about everyone says when they're coming to Medellin, Medellin is like one big metropolis, which includes cities like Envigado, Sabaneta, Estrella. To the north, there's Bello, many different parts in the metropolitan area. I tend to focus on the parts that expats would be comfortable to live in when they come to this area, but again, different strokes for different folks. I know guys that live in many of the different neighborhoods here, and they're happy as a clam. The key is to blend in if you can. And be nice to everyone. So, looks like I made it just in time. As you can see, in about 15 or 20 minutes, you're going to see a big downpour here. All right, I'll give you a little teaser to the mall. Right over there, you've got Exito. And if you go all the way over there, you've got IKEA, the entrance to IKEA. But here in Viva, you've got everything from H&M, as you can see. This is the main entrance to the mall. And right here you have restaurants. A bread shop, Panderia. Al Alma. Crepes and waffles. Again, I'm going to give you just a teaser today. They often have big events here at the entrance to the mall, the main plaza. But you can see in all the major malls here, they have an Apple affiliate store. And we'll take a little cruise over this way. I think we're going to end it today at around the 45-minute mark. So, right here, you've got, as you can see, Renault. And Renault is actually a resident. They have a factory here in Envigado. I believe they still have a factory. And they make, I believe, the Logan cars. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So Renault has their own factory here in Envigado. So if you want a good price on a newer car, you're probably going to get it through Renault-Colombia. Right here you have Astor, which is a cafe slash bake shop. And then right there you've got Juan Valdez. I think we'll go up one floor. Probably end it there. But again, just a taste of Viva Envigado. Again, you can see why a lot of people want to live in this area, because they got everything here. I think I'm loving this camera. A lot easier to point than the Pocket 3. Let me know if the quality is just as good on this one as in my other camera that I typically use. Again, this is more of an action style camera. All right. I think we're gonna end it here with an overview of the main plaza. When you come in, they've got the ball action going on for the kids, as you can see. Welcome to Viva Envigado, and welcome to Envigado. I hope to be covering quite a few of the cool neighborhoods in this area. This is Ian from ExpatCrib. Hope you've enjoyed this little tour of Envigado and Buena Mesa and Viva Envigado. We'll see you in the next video.